waiting.
Welcome to the first episode of Bald in the Bird's Nest.
What, you came up with that?
Guess which one you are.
Bird's Nest?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
The Bald in the Bird's Nest football show. This show is actually based on predictions that you made.
I did, not them.
You made. You. Bird's Nest. Okay, so let me get them. Which that you made. So we're going to get your thoughts on the remainder of the college football season and kind of where you think things are going. So let's start with this. You have Cincinnati winning the AAC regular season title.
Yes.
They play Tulane in the conference finale today. Both teams are 9-2 in conference. So in order for your prediction to come true, Tulane has to win. Or I'm sorry, Cincinnati has to win, but Tulane is the higher ranked team. Why is Cincinnati going to win?
Cincinnati have more depth. And I figure Tulane has probably the better offense, but
Okay.
Cincinnati will shut them out on defense. And then Cincinnati could score.
Mm-hmm.
Which in turn probably makes me think that Cincinnati would beat them.
You think Cincinnati wins comfortably?
No, not comfortably, but I'm pretty sure they'll be able to stop them on defense and be able to score on offense.
Okay. Now, in a very similar vein, you have Oregon winning the Pac-12. The best they can do is tie. Because right now they're a game behind, but USC's finished with their Pac-12 schedule. Oregon's got Oregon State left. But USC won last time they played. So they're going to meet again, most likely, in the Pac-12 championship game. Think Oregon wins still?
We're going to have to pull off the dub this week.
Yes, they'd have to beat Oregon State this week, and they would play SC. They would finish tied for the regular season championship, and then they would play in the Pac-12 championship game against SC again. Oregon win?
Oregon will beat Oregon State, but it comes down to like the last quarter for USC and Oregon. USC do have a better team, but again, with the defensive side of the field, it's going to come down to which one stops them more.
That's a yellow card.
Okay. Kansas State have any shot against TCU?
No shot.
TCU plays Iowa State on Saturday,
Yes.
and it was a 10-point spread when they played on October 22nd between TCU and Kansas State. You don't think they can close that gap?
Well, TCU have gotten better. They complement each other very well. And on the offensive side of the field, they have pretty much every single team beat besides Georgia and maybe Michigan, if you want to count Clemson as well. They're a very offensive team, and they score a lot.
Okay. This is not a vintage Clemson team by any means. Clemson smacked Miami around by 30 last week. The ACC title game's already set between Clemson and North Carolina.
Yes.
The game is next week in Charlotte, which in essence is a home game for UNC. It was a 1-point game when they met September 28th. Can Carolina win?
Carolina could win. They have a very strong offense, and home field advantage is very key. And Clemson haven't been playing very well at home, nor do they play good away. Wait.
What?
They don't play good away.
You said they don't play very good at home either.
Well, they do play very good at home, but you know what I meant.
That's the rock.
But UNC can score. It just comes down to their defense, which maybe Clemson have good receivers.
Can they stop Uiagalelei?
What?
Can they stop Uiagalelei? I think I said that right.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Still, it could. It could not. Just comes.
Okay. Is that true of every game?
Kinda.
Okay. Same question for LSU, Georgia. LSU have a chance?
Maybe. I mean, they are a top 10 team, and they have proved that they are a top 10 team. But when it comes to Georgia, no one's stopping them, so I don't think they have a chance.
Will it be close?
Maybe a 17, 20-point deficit. No.
That's not close.
No, not close.
It sounds like it'd be over by the middle of the third quarter.
It's already over.
It's already over. They haven't even started playing yet. Okay. We have gotten used to Bama being good. And they are still good. But they're not national championship good. They're ranked 8th in the AP, and you have them 8th in your rankings. Mm-hmm. Why?
I forgot who Bama played this week, but
They have Auburn today.
Auburn's not that good of a team. I'm gonna say it. Auburn's not that good. But in order for Bama to go up in the rankings, they need USC, TCU, Clemson, LSU, all of them to lose, which I don't think will happen. But if LSU loses, they could go up to 7th. But either way, they're still not passing USC, Clemson, Ohio State.
Okay, but why is Alabama not as good as they've been?
A lot of new players. Like a lot of new recruits that came in over the summer. They just haven't got used to playing with each other. Mm-hmm. And that kind of makes me feel like they haven't been complimenting each other. They haven't been playing as well with each other. And their defense hasn't been playing that good either. They got to figure that out.
Okay, so do you think they'll be better next year with another year of experience under their belt?
They gotta have a lot of chemistry. They gotta work over the summer. Try to have a bonding experience game of ping pong or something like that.
Well, the Dolphins had ping pong in their locker room. It seems to have worked out for them.
Well, Tyreek Hill got rid of the ping pong table and bought another one.
Yeah, they just moved into a different room. Okay. Tennessee quarterback Hayden Hooker tears his ACL in the South Carolina game.
Yes.
He's done for the year.
He's done.
They are ranked 9th in the AP rankings and your rankings. They play Vandy on Saturday. They will get to a major bowl game. They are tentatively projected to play in the Cotton Bowl on January 2nd against Cincinnati. Do they have enough to... Let's assume they beat Vandy.
Yeah, they will.
Do they have enough to beat Cincy or whoever they play in their bowl game without their Heisman Trophy winning favorite?
Cincinnati's a great team. They have a great defense. Again, it comes down to the defensive side of the field. It depends on their backup quarterback as well for Tennessee.
Oh, sure.
If their backup quarterback stands up, he steps up, he delivers, then Tennessee wins this game. If he doesn't, he just comes in with he probably doesn't. Does he have any experience in the college football level yet? Their backup quarterback?
Not a lot.
then that's probably
He
what's
played-
gonna knock him off from like this level, beating Cincinnati down to here. But Cincinnati's still like right below them. I
Okay.
think they have a chance, but their backup quarterback has to step up, and it comes down to the defensive side of the field.
Okay. Miami needs to beat Pitt on Saturday to become automatically bowl eligible. Will they win?
No.
Why?
Pitt is a great team.
Great.
They're not that good, but they can beat Miami.
I was going to say they're only 7-4,
What are you guys again?
5-6.
Exactly. They're a good team. They can easily beat Miami. Just look at Florida State. They ran through you guys like traffic cones. And they're only like
You think?
8-3, I think. They are in the division 5-3. Overall, they're 8-3.
That's just a 1 game difference.
Yeah, 1 game difference. Still a big difference. So I guarantee that 1 loss came from Florida State. With that 1 extra loss came from Florida State, which I think Pitt will knock off Miami.
That Middle Tennessee loss is going to be the death of them this year, I think. Okay, on to the game of the weekend. Number 2, Ohio State versus number 3, Michigan. Now, this is a game where it's a big game. You know, we had a 1 versus 2 matchup earlier in the year with Tennessee and Georgia.
We all knew Georgia.
This game's just as big. Big noon kickoff is going to have a 3-hour show. I'm sure game day is going to be there.
I'm pretty sure they're already having a show as we speak.
Now, full disclosure, you're a Michigan fan. Who wins the game? Who takes the division title in the Big Ten? And who solidifies their spot in the playoff?
Michigan.
Why?
Michigan have a better defense. It's a lot in college football to be good on the defensive side of the field and still be able to score on offense.
Do they have a great offense?
Maybe, yeah. But compared to like a Georgia offense, no.
Are they even as good as Ohio State's offense?
I'd say by some margin, yes.
Why would you say
No.
that?
Ohio State's offense is like up here, Michigan's like down here. But Michigan will shut them out on defense, and their offense will still be able to score.
So, to kind of put an end to our first and maybe last episode of Bald in the Bird's Nest,
Maybe last. This is every Saturday.
we're going to go through your top 10. Okay, so you have at number 10, Oregon.
Yes.
9, Tennessee. 8, Bama. 7, LSU. 6, Ohio State. 5.
Yeah, because USC will probably move into the top 4 if Ohio State, well, when Ohio State loses.
5, Clemson. 4, USC. 3, TCU. 2, Michigan. 1, Georgia. So that means the teams you have making the playoff are USC, TCU, Michigan, and Georgia. And in the first round of the playoffs, you're going to have SC versus Georgia and Michigan versus TCU. Who wins each game?
If we're talking strength and playoff experience, it'll be Georgia and Michigan.
It'll be Georgia and Michigan. And the big question, keeping in mind you are a Michigan fan, who wins the national championship?
Georgia.
Wow.
We're a good team, but again, it comes down to the defensive side of the field. which Georgia has everybody beat.
Well, they got a heck of an offense. That's for certain. I'm surprised you have such little faith in your team.
Come on. We could still win that game. Remember last year.
I guess we'll see.
We just don't have hate on this year.
Okay. I have a football with a U question.
What kind of question is that?
Well, how do you spell football with a U?
Oh, football.
U.S. plays England World Cup soccer today at 2. If they win, the U.S. probably makes the knockout stage.
They already have.
How do you figure? They have one tie. They get 1 point.
Exactly. So does Wales, and Iran lost.
Well, okay. But they've
Here's what I think happened.
Iran's only lost 1 game, right?
Yep.
All right,
Because
so if Iran wins its last 2 games, then we're out.
let me explain what happened. In England, if we pull off a tie, it's pretty much guaranteed because we'll beat Iran. Iran is easy. England will beat Wales, and U.S. will beat Iran, which means it all comes down to goal differential, which we hope we don't get blown out by.
Well, England smacked them around, didn't they, when they played Iran? Did they win by 5?
4. They won 6-2.
Okay.
But U.S. is a different team than Iran.
True, but they already have a significant advantage in goal differential over everyone else.
Yeah, they only have 0. Wait, no. England has 4.
Yeah, England's got 4.
But Wales and U.S. have
0.
Sure.
And heck, Iran has 2. But
Iran
they
has
have a
negative
loss.
4.
No, -2.
Negative 2.
Right. So, then back to my question. Do they beat England?
No. England?
Boy, you're just a man of little faith today.
No. U.S. is defensive. They aren't very attackative.
Why is that? Is it the inexperience?
It's not
Of
the
the team, or-
inexperience. Well, actually, it could be World Cup experience. None of them.
They're young teams, so I think they're the second
None
youngest
of
team in the
them.
group.
Only one of them. 2 of them, actually. Which he's not even going to start. It's the backup goalkeeper. I forget his name. Matt Turner's going to start in goal, and this is his first World Cup. And everybody else, this is basically their first World Cup. Besides,
Yeah.
actually, it's everyone's first
Yeah,
World
they've
Cup.
been in 8 years and they're all young kids.
But they do work with each other very well. But they are very defensive. They're not very attacking. Which comes down to the lack of strikers for USA. England have very good depth. They have, and with 5 subs a game now, they can sub in a lot of players.
Yeah.
And they have a lot of weapons up top.
Harry Kane doesn't have to play 90 minutes.
Really.
Well, he is 77 years old, isn't he?
He's younger than you.
Okay, that's not saying a whole lot.
He's younger than Messi. Messi's 35. 34, I think.
He's not younger than this.
Harry Kane's 31. 30.
I don't think so, but I can't argue.
And I think Pickford will just be chilling in the goal while U.S. is stressing with England up top. Because England have a great midfield as well, which they can pass it all around. They can have the depth. But Southgate picked a lot more defenders than he did attackers and midfielders. But it still comes down to the subs, which I think England also has them beat, and the offensive side of the field.
Okay, what's the score?
I'm not going to go too high. If we're talking realistic, 5-2 England.
That's a lot of goals.
Yeah.
7 goals in a soccer game?
We just had 8.
Okay, it's a lot of goals. It doesn't happen all the time like that.
It happens a lot more than you think.
Well, if you say so. All right. That's a wrap.
Miami fan.
Thank you for joining us on this first and maybe last episode of Bald in the Bird's Nest.
What?
See you next time.
What about every Saturday?